Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for all of the follows, the like, the shares, the subscribes. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all for continuing to tune in to the channel. Today we are going to just touch down on some basic views of the church and its principles, its role that it should have on the world.
Where it's come from and the history of how far it's gone from where it was originally created to certain events that took place that changed the foundation of the church itself. Do you want to start, or do you want me to say something? No? Okay. So I wanna make this clear. This isn't just me talking about stuff. This is books and history and things that I've read, and that I can actually give you guys references if you guys ask for any of this. But there's a book that's called the Secret Teachings of All Ages, and the history of the man that wrote that was involved in Masonry, Freemasonry, which is a part of occultic organizations. So the history of the church and where it started is that there were people that were involved in Freemasonry that were doing the church. But what this was a teaching of brotherhood, of sisterhood, of growth, of development, of inner working. But this also came across people that involved with literature, spiritual literature of books or things to read that had teachings about the physical body. This is involved in many different organizations or different groups. But this was not intended to be something bad or something to harm or something to hurt. All day long, I run across Freemasons or people that are in families of Freemasons, and the Spirit of God speaks through me to minister or speak to them of the light, or as I would say also, is another one is the Great Brotherhood of Light, or the Illuminati, or the Great White Brotherhood. There's a bunch of different names for them actually, but like I was saying, the Leviticus priesthood. This goes back to where these originally came from. The teachings or the schools that were under Sphinx, that were in different places around the world. Lebanon was another one. What they would do is the main three practices was meditation, fasting, and praying was the three main things that they practiced, and this would elevate them to have mastery over insights and abilities and these gifts where their chakras would be awakened and their ancestors would speak to them, and the spirits that watched over them and that were part of the light would speak to them. And then they would have to deal with dark entities as well. This wasn't a physical entity, but this was a spiritual battle. The church over time would have Jesus where he spoke in parables, but he made it plainly to the people. He made it plainly to the people. When he said he spoke, man, this is crazy. Sorry, we have monitoring spirits that are constantly trying to work through us, to mess with us through these gnats and bugs and different things. So we deal with stuff that other people would not understand unless they were in front of us. But this happened to where it was meant to be, that the Melchizedek, the priesthood of Melchizedek, was a part of the church, was the priest of the church. The house of Leviticus, or the priesthood of Leviticus, was the ones that would watch over the house, take care of the temples, the rituals and everything else that they were to do. This is carried on for centuries, and over time, the hearts of many have grown to a level of giving in. And what I mean by giving in is the cares and the things of this world to make somebody rich, to make somebody famous, to have some influence or some power or some kind of control. And it's going up the ladder. This was meant for originally to be able to use spiritual gifts to help one another. Because as an empath, you can be able to pick up someone else's energy, emotions. And the empath itself has to be able to learn how to be able to develop that, going from picking up people's emotions to having to discern what is theirs and what is someone else's, to who it is, to, and this isn't something you should stress over. I mean, I teach people on how to help them to do this in a calm fashion to become better. But I don't want to teach people how to become better so they can protect themselves, guard themselves, benefit and gain off of this without thinking about the law of one. The universe says that the law of one says that anything we do affects others. It affects this planet and affects others. We are all as one. But back to the church. As you become these ministers, you become very sensitive in different ways. You pick up these things and you start feeling things, and then they start teaching you on how to be able to calm your body, calm your mind. This was a teaching in a school. There's actually movies. For one, I can't think of his name. It was a prophet that would have a school of children or men that were standing in front of them like a martial artist, but they would sing hums to God. They would sing sounds of praise, of worship to God, but this was in an orchestrated way to tunes with their throat chakras, with their heart chakra, with their crown chakra, with these different types of gifts. So as they became more sensitive, they would pick up good and bad. When you become spiritually gifted, you don't just pick up just everything that is good. And the reason why this is because it's about growth and evolving one's mind, one's consciousness, one's abilities to go from higher dimensions of transcending knowledge, of concepts, of ideas, of thoughts, of different things that's supposed to help influence this planet or help influence the atmosphere. And there are many different energy techniques or energies that you can operate out of. Like, for instance, the energy of joy. That can manifest the energy of being interacting with people to finding something like in the right place at the right time that you needed. But the church itself has grown away from these things, and the organizations themselves have grown away into controlling and being dominant over things, and not realizing that the foundation of this planet and what we're living in is supposed to be so much more advanced and so much more at a peace between all cultures, all races, all animals. There are certain things that can't be developed or created because of the war or the thought fear of something being done to someone else. But this is a long list, and I can give you the name of the books or one of this book, because this is a book that has many different great insights, and it's called the teachings of the secret teachings of all time, or all ages. I think the secret teachings of all ages. I must say that this is a really good reading and a good teaching for some of you to be able to have more of a greater concept of what has happened in our history. Many people can assume or think that something is bad without knowing the wrestling. Many of these people that are Freemasons and Illuminati and Five Percenters and Skull and Bones and people in these organizations, in these schools, the universities even, and certain businesses and corporations, but they operate in a way that these gifts that were meant, that were divine, to teach people on how to help them, how to be able to be kind, it overtook them. It overtook them. And over time it became a virus that seeped inside of them to cause them to want to chase after the wrong things, to give in to the wrong things. and not realizing that we are more than just these human bodies that we live in. But yes, this is a history lesson of people that become spiritually gifted have to be more aware of oneself, because you can give in to the dark side and become operating off of your flesh, either in fear or off of greed or off of some type of emotion or whatever spirit that may be that can linger around or operate. So I say that there's a lot of great things that can happen that when you start to develop these as gifts that are in control. The impacts you have in the people around you, the families around you, the jobs that you have, the inspiration to be able to help people to create. I'm sorry, I'm kind of talking a little much. I'm going to end up seeing if she has anything she would like to say to add, but I just wanted to touch base with the history of the Illuminati, the Freemasons, these cults. They started from schools, ancient schools, that were of different places around the world. Christ himself came from something of an organization, but at a lower level. And their wording, the way they put some of these words within the Bible itself, it hints to it without talking about it. Jesus was called a Nazarene because there was an organization called the Nazarites. People can argue with me, people can say what they want to say, but those that have walked the path that Jesus walked would understand the types of introductions to something they would offer, or try to want you to join their organization because they see certain things about you. But it's all about the mind. It's all about the way you treat others and how you're treating yourself. The awareness of yourself. That's what I've come to realize in everything, that even these churches. And it's amazing the gifts that some of these pastors have, but have fallen victim for the dark sides because of a weak thorn in their side. And I'm not saying that we're not human. We don't have these things. But when you become spiritually gifted, you become sensitive. You become sensitive to people, to things. And if you don't have the discernment or the wisdom, if that ego or that pride or that self-arrogance, you have to understand that can creep up and cause something that I heard a long time ago. He said that a glass of water can be ruined by just a speck of dirt. It can change the whole color of the water. Sorry, the water can be changed just by a speck of dirt, and no one would want to drink it. So there's a lot of truth and some lies, but there's a lot of truth in facts. I'm gonna say this with you. I speak a lot, so I'm sorry if I'm speaking too much. Okay. For instance, another thing was, so a lot of people don't know the original reason why tarot cards and where they came from. And here's something else to share with you guys as well. This is also in the book. During the times of the Crusades and the times of war, when they were over there, and Constantine and the Templar Knights, they brought over a lot of artifacts and a lot of things that was from the the Middle Eastern. I think it was Middle Eastern and the Muslim in the areas where those lands are. And one of those things was tarot cards. This is where they got playing cards from. But this is also where they got the concept and the understanding of using cards to be able to tap into energies. This is a tool that is underestimated and underlooked and underperfected. People do this and they love doing this, but there's so much more to this. I do see a lot of patterns with people where they take on other people's energies, or they transmute it into something that they want, or they wrestle with, or they need in some way. Different things, they transmute these energies. I I do say though that keep up what you guys are doing, because this is like an empath. This is like a clairvoyance. This is like some people that do certain things. That are certain divination tools that they use. Um, Meditations, different things. You'd be surprised even what you pick up in meditation. Thank you for. Should I say?
Yeah, you can go ahead. You can
So what I
close us
just.
out.
Okay, so.
Thank you for listening to the channel again. You got me messing up.
No, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna read. I'm
Thank,
trying to be able to learn. I'm sorry, guys.
thank you for tuning in again to our YouTube channel. Thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. Um, Also, visit the other channels and platforms as well. Um, you can visit us on TikTok at Denise Divine. You can also visit us at, I know.
All right.
I think he want to give it a shot.
So if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to leave any comments or any thoughts, I'm sorry if I've pissed off or made anybody angry. I'm really just trying to help those to have a clear understanding of the history of the church and where it came from and the purpose of what it was meant for and the direction of where it really needs to come back to, because it's all about the people. It's all about growth. It's all about being more aware and developing the self.
It's about harmony, balance.
Yeah. Harmony, balance, the peace, the calmness,
Unity. Yeah.
the joy, the creating these energies, these environments, using your spiritual gifts to be able to become better, giving you certain tools or certain knowledge. If you guys would like to leave a comment about some of the types of knowledge that you would like to learn or to become better at, whether these spiritual gifts, I have videos I want to be able to speak on about different types of clairvoyancy. There's a tremendous amount of clairvoyancies that you guys would be surprised about. Um,
All right, we can talk about it on the next episode. You all just tune in to Mystic Oracle Guideology. Also visit us on the store at Mystic Oracle Guideology on SB, and then also visit us on our other channels. Also, we have a podcast at 1111 Divine Blessings. Go check out the podcast. It's got a little religious thing going on for it, and it have a little spirituality thing, but it's all
it's all about relationship.
and it's all educational. Some is educational, some is other people and their experiences, their spiritual experiences that they're sharing. One lady, she's a Reiki master teacher, and she talks about how a Christian became a Reiki master. So, just interesting things. If you want to be a guest on the 1111 Divine Blessings podcast, you can also just email us. All our information is in the description box below. And thanks again for tuning in to Mystic Oracle Guideology. Bye-bye.